here to talk to us about creativity and advertising for a career in curiosity. Please join me in putting your hands together to welcome on stage Mr. Woei Hern, who will be sharing on this topic.
Thank you, thank you. Hi everyone. Can anyone hear? Mic's fine, right? Cool. Slides fine. Do I click next or we'll just hit play first? Alright. A career in curiosity. I'm going to kick off with what I found really curious about Singapore. I've been here, working here for, this is my third month in Singapore, working here. And the one thing I'm very curious about is, why are there so many chickens on the road? I'm like so curious. They're coming from KL. I've got teammates coming from Thailand. And then when I talk to my Singaporean colleagues, everyone's like, yeah, it's fine, it's normal. But I'm like, oh, that's not normal, guys. There's a lot of chickens in the city. That's amazing. It's just a little mindset that I got. Normally, I'm always very curious about the little things, and I just want to share with you my journey and my career in curiosity. And I hope it helps some of you all. Oh yes, this is me, quick introduction. Thank you so much for the introduction. Quick show of hands, right? I know this is a job fair, SEEKscapes, everyone's here looking for opportunities, finding out. Anyone here is like, I'm looking for a career in curiosity. Yes, 1, 2. Okay, hopefully by the end of this, maybe a couple of more hands. Couple of more hands, wow. It wasn't me, it was battery, cool. Couple of more hands will pop up as well, all right? But for those who put up your hands, are you sure that's what you want to look for? Do you know what you're walking into? Because you're walking into a career filled with uncertainties. It's a career of making mistakes. It's a career of doing things you've never done before. Constantly learning, so no, you don't celebrate and graduate after getting your degree. Nah, you're constantly learning. And you know what? I love it. So that's a photo of me at work when we spent 2 weeks working on this project that we were very excited about. Was it a SEEK project? I'm not sure. But anyway, we were very excited about. And halfway through brainstorming it, the client partnership person came in and said, guys, I don't think the clients want to buy it anymore. And so I just got really tired and I didn't faint. I was being dramatic, but I was very, very disappointed. And this photo was taken. Took me 5 seconds, 10 seconds of disappointment, dusted myself up and said, you know what? Here's a chance for us to do better, right? I love it. The point is, a career in curiosity means falling in love with being uncomfortable, right? So for those 2 people who put up your hands, who are they? Being uncomfortable. What's the first step to that? Sit in front. Come on. Take a few steps and sit in front here. That's your first step to being uncomfortable. Don't sit at the back. Come on. I won't ask any more questions of you. But just try little things to be uncomfortable. Come on up. Come on up. I'm running out of time. I've got a meeting after this. Come on, guys. Hurry up. Yeah. Oh, come on. You can be more uncomfortable than that. You can sit here. Come on. Sit here. Over here. No. There are no people here. Do you see people here? I should be worried if I see people here. Come on. Awesome. So, yeah. Doing little things like that help you. It really does help you. What is the one little thing that you're going to do today that you're going to be uncomfortable? Okay, that's progress. Thank you so much. Give them a big hand. Yay. You're all welcome to the front as well, by the way, because there's a lot of empty spaces here, all right? I just want to share why do I love it. That's one example. I love getting people out of their comfort zones. I love getting myself out of comfort zones. Here's a conversation that was very interesting to me. I had a chat with a friend, and he told me one thing. You know what? Doctors open a practice, and you know why they call it a practice? They do the same thing over and over and over and over again. A dentist looks at the same orifice. Other doctors look at other orifices over and over again, and they get paid better for the more amount of times they do it, right? You go to hospitals and say, yeah, this doctor so-and-so, 30 years experience, he's a veteran. right? Advertising is opposite. Advertising is like, now there's a problem with ageism, but that's a different topic anyway. But yeah, creatives, you get paid to do what you have not done before. I don't know how many late nights I've trying to figure out, how do you do this? And that's what gets you excited. Has it been done before? No. Or have you done it before? Do we know how to do it? Do we know people to do it with? I don't know. I don't know is what you get paid to do, right? The more times you fail, the better you get at it. So that's lots of uncertainties, like I said, and that's so exciting to me. I just feel, honestly, like in this career, I'm so blessed that I really feel like a college student for the past 20 years. Plus the late nights sometimes, yes, there is some of that. But yeah, it's fun, you don't feel it. So if getting paid to fail and learn, getting paid for how good you are, think about the second line. That's very interesting and exciting. Then stick around. So I'm going to prep you with 5 pro tips on what you need for a career in curiosity. The first one is really purpose, right? If you think it's a 9-to-5 job, yes, it can be a 9-to-5 job. Can it be anything more fulfilling? Can you find something else more fulfilling? Maybe. Purpose. Purpose is important. Why you get up every day, you spend 33% of the day at least working, including commute, 35, 37, 38%, depending on which country you're at, right? Maybe you spend time replying some emails, you're thinking of work while you're fishing or doing your hobbies. It eats up, it's rent-free in your head. That's another 10%, probably 50%, right? So here's the story of why I do what I do. And it starts from a time in my life. Oh, I love this stage. I'm like, a time in my life when I actually had hair. Got it, right? Yeah. There was a time in my life. Actually, I still have hair on. Okay, I just shaved. Weather's hot. So I love basketball. Anyone who knows that jersey, Orlando Magic's, Penny Hardaway, one of my favorite players. I have Charles Barkley here as well today, wearing Phoenix Suns. I love basketball, but I was really bad at it. I wasn't the most athletic. Obviously, not the tallest, never made it to the school team, but that has never stopped me from trying, right? When I was growing up, Michael Jordan, everybody, and I'm sure you guys have seen him on shoes, right? Jordan, the brand. Every kid back then just worshipped Michael Jordan, right? He was nicknamed God, and because the criteria for being a good basketball player is you got to be fast, got to be sharp, athletic, got to stick your tongue out, I was kind of different. I really like this guy. This was an underdog, number 34. That's his T-shirt right here, number 34. His name is Charles Barkley. He has never won a championship, right? He's statistically 6 inches shorter for the position he plays in. He's not very athletic. They call him the round mound of rebound, right? Because he's a bit pudgy and all that. He's not very fast. But you know what? Let me go back, sorry. But yeah, he did his best. He worked really hard. He loved the game. He was smart. He worked with his advantages. He knew his strengths. He knew he was undersized. He worked harder. And he motivated me to play basketball, right? Every day I looked at him. I read his ads and all that. I got inspired. I said, if this guy can do it, I can do it. And then when I grew up, I was like thinking, wouldn't it be great if I could get a job? So you start thinking, right? Actually, Charles Barkley didn't do that ad. Who is the person that wrote all those ads for him? Who is the person that directed that film? Who actually watched Charles Barkley and said, I'm going to write something that will inspire kids? And I want to be that guy. I want to have a job that, I asked myself, wouldn't it be great if I could get a job to put a smile on someone's face? That's my purpose. I'm not in advertising. I'm in the business of putting a smile on someone's face and making their day. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be amazing to make someone believe in themselves? Kind of like how that copywriter or that advertising guy did to me when I was a 13-year-old kid. Wouldn't it be great to make someone do something, take action, right? Make someone's day. Or even maybe call their mom. And I'm going to share an example of, this happened quite a while back, this script I wrote for the clients, and I wrote the song for it, and we didn't even have a presentation to the clients. We just called her. We were very excited by it, and the client just said, oh, wow. I don't know. I can't wait to see it come to life. Sure, why don't you try? And the point is, I actually got someone to pay me to do something so that someone will miss their mom. And that means a lot to me. Right? Hope you enjoy it.
Bonjour, comment ça va aujourd'hui?
Sure, recovery.
Bonjour, comment ça va aujourd'hui?
Bonjour, come cavario.
There'll be a day we'll fly away, just you and me, and a bag full of dreams. There might be rain, it might be cold, as long as you're with me. Your hand I will hold. You and me, doesn't matter where we are, we'll be anywhere we want. Just as long as you're with me, we'll be free. Doesn't matter near or far, we will get there. We will get there. You and me, doesn't matter where we are, we'll be anywhere we want. Just as long as you're with me, we'll be free. Doesn't matter near or far, we will get there. Yes, we'll get there. We will get there.
Vous avez
Ça
beaucoup
fait
de
pas
chance.
bien et toi?
Tu es la femme de mes rêves.
Ça fait longtemps. Oh oui.
Ça fait longtemps.
Oh oui.
Ça va très bien, toi?
Ça va bien. Es fatal, et toi?
Ça fait longtemps.
Vous êtes drôle.
Ça fait longtemps. Oh.
Bonjour, come sale? Oui?
Today's the day we'll fly away, just you and me, with places to see. There might be rain, it might be cold, but I promise you this, your hand I will hold. You and me, doesn't matter where we are, we'll be anywhere we want, just as long as you're with me.
Thanks. Go back to the slide. So yeah, throughout my career, I had a lot of opportunities to do a lot of little things like that made a difference to someone's life. I never thought about how many millions of people will it go viral and all that. I just want to change one person's life. And if that happens, it can make a big difference to everybody's life. And and in the end, I think 5 years later, last year, someone shared with me on TikTok, hey man, this ad is trending again on TikTok, and it had like over 1 million, I don't know how many, it was trending again. Someone took the clip and shared it on Mother's Day. So if you do something from your heart, it resonates, people will remember it and people will share it again. Purpose, first step, remember why you sign up for it. Second, step 2, play. Play outside of work. So this is a montage of my life, right, in summary. Work is a small part of my life, part of what I love to do, but here are all the loves in my life. I love mountain biking. That's me killing it on the trails, killing myself actually. That's me. I was one of the founding members of the first capoeira school in Malaysia. I think now in Southeast Asia, capoeira is kind of popular. There are lots of schools. We started out. I love diving. That's my JDM car and Evo 9. I play Dota and right now Elden Ring. And these two are my daughters, right? So yeah, I've got lots of loves and I play a lot. And the thing is, I'm not very good at it. Just like basketball, the one constant about all these things, I'm not very good at it. I'm also not a very good dad as well, right? So these are things that I suck at. And it's got me thinking, right? These things I suck at, things that force me to be uncomfortable, things that make you discover things you didn't know that you could do, right? So that's the weird thing about a career in curiosity. You will never know what you do outside of work that will translate into your actual career and what you love to do as well. You just don't know. But the more experiences you try, the more you find things you do, you play, you don't know what kind of skill trees you unlock. So before I play the next example, maybe we can prep the YouTube link first, please. So before I play this little story, this little project was inspired from a car ride. Two loves, combining two loves, my daughters and my car. Driving in the car, I love driving fast, and obviously, you use Waze.
When we first heard the idea, we thought it was a...
Sorry, thanks. So you use Waze, there's a voice prompt to turn left, turn right, and all that, right? And then there was a voice at the back. My daughter was at the back with the child seat, and my daughter said, "Daddy, slow down." And you're like, oh, straight away slow down, because your daughter said that. It's like, hey, wow, that voice is so much more powerful than any voice prompt on your Waze. What if we could actually have your daughter's voice, your kids' voices, and put it in a Waze voice prompt? So when we presented the idea to Waze, we actually sold it into Waze and Maxis, a telco. Waze actually said, oh, that's a really good function. And today, I think in your Waze, you can actually customize your voice prompt, right? 7 years ago, we actually suggested that to them, but they said we had a lot of things to develop. I'm so happy they finally got that feature out. So how did we actually hack it? We just said, okay, maybe that's not 100%. It's not perfect that we can't have your daughter's voice. What if we created a project where we got all the Malaysian kids to actually volunteer their voices to keep to make sure that their daddies and mommies come home safe? So yeah, that was the little project that we tried to do.
brilliant way to improve road safety using the voice prompt function of Waze. We loved it.
Parents drive safer when we're in the car, but when we're not around,
No budget, so use my daughter. So
how can the mobile internet brands make a difference?
We teamed up with Waze to create Max's Safe Mode, the world's first kid-source voice pack. With 1.4 million users in Malaysia, every Waze user can now have a kid to keep them safe.
Hi uncle, hi auntie, let's get there safely. Exit left, take the third exit. 1, 2, 3, drive safely. We are looking for volunteers to donate their voice and guide our daddy's mommy's home. And we need you, and you. Exit. Right.
In June 2015, we launched the world's first kid-source GPS voice pack, and everyone couldn't get enough of it. From a 3-month campaign in Malaysia, Safe Mode was so popular, Waze decided to make it available worldwide. And we got downloads from all over the world.
With just a small tweak of a voice, we managed to turn smartphones from something that was a distraction in the car to an idea that can actually really make a difference.
Max's Safe Mode, the world's first kid-source GPS voice pack.
All set. Don't forget your seatbelts.
So that's step 2. Play. You never know where play will take you. Step 3. Hang out with people who are smarter than you. I think you've heard this, or you probably saw this if you follow Instagram, motivational posts. People talk about this all the time, who you hang out with, who you seek out as your mentors, who you want to learn from. That's important. So at one point in my career, I actually did the opposite of what every creative wanted to do. Every creative wanted to be in the best creative agencies. I joined a media agency, right? Currently, right now, I guess it's sort of like a precursor to where I am right now with VAYNERMEDIA, which is also a media agency with creativity. 7 years ago, a creative joining a media agency is career suicide. People will just tell you that, oh, you're furniture, you've retired, just taking the easy money. Nobody does creativity in a media agency. What actually got me interested was, hey, there are a lot of smart people in there. They're not creative, but they're smart and they can do things that I can't. I want to learn from them and maybe they can learn from me as well. So yeah, we were just sitting down and we were talking and someone asked me, did you know you can actually tailor-make videos on YouTube, the pre-rolls that you watch, right? You always watch, you see pre-rolls, they're always the same ads over and over again. Actually, you can tailor-make the pre-rolls to what people are searching for. Did you know that? I'm like, huh. So that means you can actually tailor-make like 100 videos for, depending on who is searching for what? It's like, yeah. I said, cool. Why don't we do something with it? Again, no budget. It's okay. We were just curious. Yeah, just look at it. I'll tell you the story after you see the video.
Hello viewers, I'm hot and cheesy and you are, let me guess, you're gorgeous, right? That's why we didn't create one film on YouTube, we created 100.
Hot and cheesy.
Hey there, kamu suka kucing tak? Sebab kucing terpadamu. KFC hot and cheesy, so hot, so
Nobody
cheesy.
laughed at that. I guess it was more popular in Malaysia.
Hot and cheesy.
Pero, tulalilu tiamo, mi tiamo, banana.
Hot and
Yes, it's a
cheesy.
popular search term.
Hey there, Salman can, Shahrukh can, Rajni can, phone number can. And that's how we charmed our way into the hearts and stomachs of Malaysians. And we hope you fall in love with us too, judges.
So if you see the sequence, right, purpose, play, and hang with smart people, it culminates as well. I couldn't have done this if I didn't have a playful mindset or I didn't have a purpose, which is I just want to put a smile in someone's face, right? And that burger was actually me. We made it's almost like a Muppet, like a Sesame Street character. That's a sock and that's my hand and I'm just talking over it. And I just had a major sore throat after this campaign, so because I had to keep doing guys, because we wanted to be balanced. People, male and female searches are different. So I had to have a girl burger as well as a guy burger as well. So yeah. Step 4, make stuff that scares you. Again, it's the uncertainty. Back to the uncertainty portion, right? If you haven't done it before, do it. Think that's also kind of like, if you guys watch anyone follows Gary Vee? No? Okay. Yeah, Gary Vee, the owner of the agency that I work for now, and also he's a big believer in being motivated and being happy in what you do and finding your purpose. I think that's something he believes in as well. If you haven't done it before, do it. So this is what we did. This was one of the Raya seasons where, you know Raya, National Day, everybody comes up with a web film, very emotional, gets you feeling, kind of like the Traveloka one. But after a while, like in a festive season, in Malaysia, I'm not sure about Singapore, but in Malaysia, there are at least 300 over festive films in a season. It's insane. It's almost like a Netflix channel full of movies to watch. And this is so much, you can't stand out. So the team did something, we reimagined a little bit of culture. We tasked the team to find something to improve on, find a culture that deserves that can be brought back to light with technology, right? So one of the things they discovered was Kufi art. Kufi art in Muslim households, they have a little Jawi writing of Muslim prayers on their walls, and people, our generation, don't ever use that or apply or understand or value it anymore. So we thought, what if we actually could have a Kufi artwork generator where you can write your greetings in Bahasa and it can be transformed and you can tailor make it into becoming a Kufi art of your own that you can WhatsApp or you can actually send on Instagram or on social to your parents, to your loved ones, to your family and friends. Video, please. So what's beautiful about this project was actually also that the teammates were a mix of Chinese and Malay teammates. Some people understood Jawi. The creative team actually learned Jawi on their own. By the end of it, some of the creative teams, everybody could recognize the fonts and all that, right? Step 5, forever day one, which brings me to Singapore right now, actually, and where I am currently, third month in this agency called VAYNERMEDIA. Yeah, I'm outside my comfort zone physically, mentally, metaphorically. Metaphorically because, yeah, I've been doing things that I think was right or learning along the way for 20 years. Now I'm turning it on the upside down again. You know, VAYNERMEDIA is a social-first agency. They believe in authenticity and attention at the right places, which is right now on TikTok, on social platforms. They believe in actually putting many little things out there. They believe in creatives actually making things on their own as well, right? And that's something that I'm totally not very comfortable with. I kind of like, everybody loves posting Instagrams once in a while, but actually put your hands deep in it, kind of weird. And I am that guy now. It's scary, you know. 20 years ago when Facebook came out, I had bosses who didn't know what the hell was Facebook. And I'm like, these guys are old and has-beens. I got this, and we did lots of campaigns. You know what? I am that guy now. I am that guy that does not know TikTok at all. It scares me, and it's great. So I Don't know if I want to play any of these videos. They're very cringe. But you guys can follow me on TikTok if you want and look at them yourself. You know, the Woei01. It's a very new TikTok page. And I'm just playing and experimenting with little formats and things that I like as well, starting from there. It's horrible. Trust me. You will unfollow after watching one video. That's fine. I'm learning along the way. That's what we're doing. So what I'm curious about at VaynerMedia is how do we go from here, right? So we do tons of this rando stuff that seemingly make no sense to us because we're not the audience. I'm sure it's awesome and amazing and interesting and engaging. So the team actually makes lots of crazy stuff. This is a page for APAC, Visa Asia Pacific. Maybe we'll play this one, the first one, just the first one. So you want to watch the videos, just follow Visa Asia Pacific on Instagram and you see how crazy the teams are. Can we play this first video please? Travel, okay la la la, capybaras. These are all the little signals that we found were resonating with our audience. Just put it together, made something in a day, and see it explode, right? So what I'm really curious about, can we go back to the Prezzo's deck, please? What I'm curious about is how do we do many of these things and find ways to actually make something that's authentic and resonate with our audience, something that actually removes the uncertainty of creativity when you talk to clients and actually give them more courage to actually say, okay, let's do something crazy, right? Something crazy like, so these are all the things that the team does every day, crazily. And then there's this. So here's an inspiration of where we want to get to. This was something done in the States, in New York, by the New York team, and they actually got into pop culture with this piece. Right? It's going to play the trailer of this.
I'll make this quick, Mr. Peanut. I know you got some brownies to ruin.
Mr. Peanut, why are you dressed like it's 5 recessions ago?
Mr. Peanut. Mr. Peanut.
Mr. Peanut, what do you eat at parties? People?
I'm a big fan. I love your work in Thai food.
We can all agree there's rich, and then there's haven't worn pants in 100 years rich.
Wow, that was brutal. Wish planners had just killed me off again.
So we believe that people don't like ads. People like things that they love, right? So the whole objective of trying to do from social media, making stuff that people love, to creating something, a talk show, right? The roast off is something that is very popular in the States, and we actually got Mr. Peanut to be part of it. So it was streaming on Tubi, which is, I think, kind of like a Netflix in the States as well. It's not an ad. It's branded entertainment. It's something that people love. How do we get there? I'm curious and I want to do something for this part of the world. So in summary, a career in curiosity, what do you need? Purpose, play, hang with people smarter than you, make stuff that scares you, and always remember forever day one. Now, I know that 2 people put up their hands in a career in curiosity. I just want to ask you all, I didn't say a career in advertising. I said a career in curiosity. What are careers in curiosity? AI. What requires creativity? Military zombie scenarios. Did you know that the military actually has war scenario simulations of zombie outbreaks? They do. Startups, do you need a sense of curiosity and creativity? Small enterprises running your own things? I don't know, so I guess we should ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT, what are the careers that involve curiosity? Sorry, internet a bit slow, wait. Loading. ChatGPT is also thinking. So yes, ChatGPT, so these are the several careers that involve curiosity, as curiosity is a trait that is highly valued in many fields. For example, scientists are often driven by curiosity. Journalists are naturally curious. Education, curiosity is essential. Research and development. creative industries, obviously. Yeah, and entrepreneurship, it just keeps going on and on, right? Just a few examples, really just a few. Leave you all with a question, sense of curiosity, right? What if curiosity is the biggest career in the future? Because what you ask the search from in any form of generative AI, whether it's Mid-Journey, ChatGPT, machine learning, imagine next time there's a 3D printer that actually generates stuff from your queries. The most important thing you need is curiosity. When search, like the next biggest job could be search from engineers, right? Specialists who actually direct Mid-Journey to do artwork or make films, for example, right? Think about that. The most important ingredient, curiosity. So yeah, that's the end of my segment. Let's ask some questions and let's connect as well. That's my email, my Instagram, LinkedIn, and obviously I'm only going to mention my TikTok one time, the last time, and I'm not going to mention it again.
For everyone else, it's Woei01.
Ooh, okay, thank you. Yes, thank you so much. Questions, anyone?
Yes, any questions? All right, so I'll
Go
pass you
for
the
it.
mic.
What's your experience like working with Gary Vee?
Working with Gary Vee, I have had like maybe a total of 2 hours of actually working with him. But if you ask me, Gary Vee, he is who he is, out off camera as he is in front of camera. He's passionate, he's authentic, he's honest and open. So what you see is what you get. If you want to know what it's like to work for Gary Vee, watch his videos and listen to him on the video. It's the same thing, sitting like it's the same thing.
No, actually I do watch him, and coming from his Western perspective and Asia perspective, what do you think? Is there any culture difference?
Oh, plenty of cultural differences between agencies, and I think that what's important or what's special in VAYNERMEDIA is the sense of kindness and patience and honesty. So there's a difference between being confrontational without context. There's a difference with second guessing when, let's say, Asian cultures, we keep quiet and all that. People misconstrue that as, why aren't you participating? Actually, if you have patience and kindness, like, okay, you wait for your turn and they wait for you to speak. You have space to speak when you feel comfortable. Likewise with our other teammates, they could come across as very upfront, clear, but if they express their intent, oh, by the way, I mean it in a very honest, open and kind manner. What feedback I'm giving you now? Gary's very good at being very clear about intent before he talks, right? And that kind of rubs off with all of us as well. There is a book that's in everyone's table in our office in APAC called The Culture Map. And I think that's essential reading for any one of us, especially in Singapore, because it's such an international hub. And you meet so many people from different countries and cultures, learning how to speak, direct, take instructions, understand instructions, and give instructions to people of different cultures from different parts of the world is so important. Not even West and East. It's actually West, even between an Englishman and an American, a European, a Dutchman and an Englishman, even a Japanese and a Singaporean or Malaysian. The nuance is so fine. Yeah.
All right, thank you for that first question. Do we have any other questions from the floor? About maybe a career in curiosity or a question about, oh well, he already shared his journey. Anyone else have any questions? All right, if not, I have a question for you.
Sure.
So you mentioned just now that when you were answering the question that there's these nuances and stuff like that between the different cultures, right? But how do you think us here right now in Singapore, let's say in the current job climate, and since everyone in the company or most people in the companies are locals or people who have already lived in Singapore for quite some time in that sense, how do you think it's a disadvantage that we are not as forefront with our intention and speaking up? Because, oh, what if I say something wrong? Like, you know, all those fears and worries, like because of the culture that we're in. What
you mean
would your
the culture
advice?
of actually a bit of we listen first?
Yeah.
If you're aware that you listen first, And if you said yes to that, then you don't ever have to worry about it. You know, we might not be the fastest to speak. We might not be the loudest to speak. What we can be is we will be the best listener and will give the best answer or the best question at the end of the conversation. And that's even more important than giving a point of view. Getting the right questions is very important. Being the last to speak is just as important. Knowing, when you get to know your colleagues a bit more, just like friends, right? Like when you don't know the person, you listen first, you sort of, once you build a relationship, you finish each other's sentences. You interrupt each other naturally. And it's normal. So the whole point is actually being aware of the different stages of the relationship as well. And I've been working in Malaysia for the past 20 years. This is my first time out of the country. I've never felt disadvantaged as well at all, because if you're conscious of your strengths, just try, you know.
So step 6 is focus on your strengths.
Focus on your strengths. Be aware of what your weakness is can be your superpower, which is another talk that I had at some other time that, we can talk about.
Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Last call. Any other questions from the floor? No? All right, I think that is it for now. Thank you so much once again, Wei Hern.
Thank you for having me. Thanks, everyone.